0412 hours, Western Pacific. The radar spike was instantaneous, sharp, violent, unmistakable. Inside the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command Watch Floor in Hawaii, a ballistic missile detection alert lit up the wall-sized display. Infrared satellites had already confirmed it. A heat plume rising fast from the Korean peninsula. Trajectory: east-southeast. Speed: increasing rapidly. Classification updated within seconds. Ballistic missile launch confirmed. 0413 hours. Source identified. Launch origin: North Korea's east coast. Missile type: unknown. Flight profile: lofted. Projected arc: Pacific corridor. One analyst zoomed the projected impact zone outward. A red circle expanded across the ocean, then narrowed, then stabilized. The circle locked onto one word: Guam. 0414 hours. Why Guam matters. Guam wasn't just an island. It was America's forward shield in the Pacific, home to Anderson Air Force Base, strategic bombers, missile defense systems, naval facilities, a critical hub for Indo-Pacific operations. If a missile was truly headed there, this wasn't a test. This was escalation. 0415 hours, defense protocol activated. The alert tone changed pitch, higher, sharper. Missile trajectory projecting within Guam defense envelope. The commander didn't raise his voice. Engage tracking. Notify THAAD battery. On Guam, air defense crews sprinted to positions. The THAAD, Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, system rotated into alignment. Launchers elevated, radar locked. 0416 hours. Public silence, military storm, no sirens yet, no public panic. But inside military channels, every system was alive. Aegis destroyers in the region shifted radar to ballistic tracking mode. Satellite feeds intensified. Every second now mattered. 0417 hours. Missile profile changes. The tracking analyst leaned closer. Sir, trajectory shifting. The missile wasn't following a standard test arc. It was flattening, adjusting. Guidance control confirmed active. This wasn't a random splashdown test into open ocean. This was targeted flight correction. 0418 hours. Time to impact. Estimated time to Guam envelope: 7 minutes. 7 minutes to determine whether this was a demonstration or an attack. The THAAD fire control officer called out, "Solution available," but interception authority required confirmation. One question echoed across command lines: is it aimed to hit? 0419 hours. North Korean broadcast state media in Pyongyang released a pre-recorded message. The timing was deliberate. Today, the Democratic People's Republic demonstrates its power to strike imperial aggressors in the Pacific. The phrase "strike capability" repeated twice. The room in Hawaii went silent. 0420 hours. Missile splits. Signature new data came in. The heat signature flickered, then split briefly. Possible maneuverable re-entry vehicle. An analyst whispered that meant unpredictable final descent, harder to intercept, more dangerous. 0421 hours. Intercept authority. Granted, the call came. Short, direct. Engage. On Guam, THAAD launchers ignited. 2 interceptors streaked upward into the pre-dawn sky, white plumes cutting toward the black arc of the incoming missile. 0422 hours. The climb. The North Korean missile reached peak altitude, then began its descent. Guam's radar painted the object clearly now. Velocity extreme. Intercept window closing. In the command center, every eye locked onto the tracking screen. Blue icon, interceptor. Red icon, incoming warhead. The distance shrank. 0423 hours. Impact geometry. 5 seconds to intercept. 4, 3. Then, a bright flash on radar. One interceptor detonated prematurely. The warhead continued. Second interceptor closing fast. 0424 hours. Collision. The second THAAD interceptor struck. A brilliant bloom of energy in the upper atmosphere. Debris scattered. Fragments burned in descent. Silence. Then confirmation. Target neutralized. The room exhaled. Guam was safe. For now. 0425 hours. But it wasn't over, because new data appeared immediately. Another heat bloom. Smaller. Secondary launch detected from a different site. The first missile wasn't alone. This had been a probe, a test of defenses, and now, the real escalation was beginning. 0426 hours. Strategic decision. The commander didn't hesitate. Prepare retaliatory options. Submarines in the Pacific received coded signals. Bombers on standby shifted posture. Cyber units activated pre-planned countermeasures. North Korea had launched toward U.S. territory. Even if intercepted, the message had crossed a line. 0427 hours. The second missile rose faster than the first. Trajectory steeper, less predictable. Time to Guam. Under 6 minutes. The question no longer was whether America could intercept. The question was what America would do next. Because when a missile flies toward your territory, even if you stop it, you don't just reset the clock, you respond. 0428 hours. Second launch. Rising. The second missile climbed faster than the first. Different burn profile, different acceleration curve. Inside Indo-Pacific Command, the analyst's voice sharpened. This one's not lofted. Standard trajectory. More stable, which meant one thing. Less show, more intent. Projected path updated. Again. Guam defense envelope. 0429 hours. Layered defense. Activated THAAD batteries realigned instantly, but this time they wouldn't act alone. An Aegis destroyer positioned northeast of Guam locked into ballistic missile defense mode. SPY-1 radar painted the ascending object. The ship's captain spoke quietly. Prepare SM-3 intercept. Above the Pacific, two defensive systems now track the same target, sea-based and land-based. Layer upon layer. 0430 hours. Washington decides. Secure lines flashed across the globe. National Command Authority was briefed in real time. Assessment: 2 launches toward U.S. territory within minutes. Even if intercepted, it constituted hostile intent. The directive came back measured but firm. Neutralize immediate threat. Prepare proportional response. The word proportional carried weight. 0431 hours. Intercept attempt 1. The Aegis destroyer fired first. An SM-3 interceptor roared upward from the Pacific surface, guided by mid-course tracking data from satellite and shipboard radar. In Guam, THAAD held fire for a staggered intercept window. Blue and red icons converged again, faster this time. 0432 hours. Mid-course collision. High above the Earth's atmosphere, the SM-3's kinetic warhead separated. No explosives, just pure impact energy. It struck. The incoming missile shattered into multiple fragments, but one fragment retained velocity. Still descending, still dangerous. 0433 hours. Terminal defense. Residual object inbound. THAAD launchers fired again. 2 interceptors. Rapid succession. The sky over Guam glowed faintly as debris streaked downward. One THAAD hit, then another. Final fragment destroyed. No impact, no casualties. But now, there was no ambiguity. North Korea had fired twice toward U.S. territory. 0435 hours. America unleashes hell. The response began not with noise, but silence. Cyber units executed previously implanted countermeasures inside North Korean missile networks. Command and telemetry systems across launch sites flickered. Data corruption cascaded. At sea, a U.S.-guided missile submarine surfaced briefly to transmit a final authorization packet, then submerged again. Moments later, cruise missiles launched, low altitude, sea skimming, unseen, unheard. 0439 hours. Precision strikes. Missiles impacted isolated launch infrastructure along North Korea's east coast. Targeted, limited, strategic. Radar stations went dark. Mobile launcher storage facilities erupted in controlled detonations. Fuel depots ignited. No city targets, no civilian centers. Only military infrastructure directly tied to the launches. The message was precise. You fire at U.S. territory, your launch capability disappears. 0442 hours. Air power mobilizes B-1 bombers lifted from Andersen Air Force Base in Guam, escorted by F-22s and F-35s, not crossing borders, but visible, deliberately visible, a show of force amplified by satellite imagery that would circulate within hours. 0445 hours. Pyongyang reacts. North Korean state command centers scrambled to assess damage. Launch capability severely degraded. Communications disrupted. Air defense systems activated across the country, but no further U.S. missiles followed. The strike had been surgical, measured, contained. 0450 hours. The brink. Pauses in Washington and Seoul. Diplomats opened emergency lines. China was notified. Japan confirmed intercept data. The Pacific held its breath. Would North Korea escalate again or step back? 0457 hours. Silence from the north. No third launch, no artillery barrage, no immediate retaliation, just silence, the most dangerous kind. 0505 hours. Strategic message delivered. A final U.S. statement was transmitted through secure military channels. Missile launches toward Guam will be treated as acts of aggression. Defensive intercept and proportional response executed. It wasn't loud, it wasn't theatrical, but it was unmistakable. Aftermath. What changed Guam remained intact. No missile struck its soil, but something else had shifted. North Korea had tested the shield, and the shield had not only held, it had struck back. Layered defense, precision retaliation, air dominance. The Pacific balance had tilted. The missiles never reached Guam, but they reached something else, a red line. And when that line was crossed, America didn't just intercept, it answered.